Alright guys, welcome back here to Behind the Curtain, episode 8, part number 3 for your Sunday. Now before we get started into the podcast, we only got about 4 or 5 topics that we're going to talk about today, but before we start, I want to address the situation I have to one of the guys I watch on YouTube, JD from NY206, which were his off the script episode, I believe it was 222. He was uploading part number 2 where he began his video talking about Roman Reigns, where a situation where one of the somebody tweeted him a reason like why you don't like Roman Reigns. You don't like Roman Reigns because he looks like this and you want to be like him. I'm like, all that nonsense. So he began his off the script with the intro with that, and somebody flagged his video because he was being disrespectful to the person who tweeted it to him. But if you tweet something to me and it's something that I find funny or crazy and I use it into one of my videos, what's the big deal? You tweeted it to me. If it wasn't a big deal, you wouldn't have tweeted it to me, right? But anyways, one of the guys that was like sticking up for the guy flagged JD's video and took it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't tweet something to me if you know if you know the personality I am. You know that majority of the people that are watch JD's videos agree with him, which I agree with him too, about how Roman Reigns is being pushed and how that other superstars should get other opportunities. Roman Reigns is not the be-all, end-all person, okay, in a wrestling company. There's other great wrestlers. Like I said, Seth Rollins right now is the top wrestler in the company. Hey, you can even say Seth Rollins is the top wrestler in the world. I agree with him at that point where if you're the best at what you do, you should be the main champion, which I agree. Seth Rollins should be the main champion of the Raw. Okay? So anyways, the guy had JD's video flagged. They had to take him down, and he had to re-upload it and cut out the intro because the guy flagged down his video, which is so stupid. You're affecting somebody else's business. Like, for example, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. You could comment down below, disagree with what I'm saying, but don't have to go flag my video, which makes no sense. So, just to give you guys a little update about what happened to JD, which is crazy, man. Still shouldn't flag the guy's video. Just disagree with him in the comment section about, hey, don't have to flag the man's video. But, anyways, we got 4 topics that we're going to be touching on today. Okay, now, the one topic that I did find yesterday was from Pro Wrestling. I think it was, let me see, I have it on my iPad. Yeah, I had it on my iPad. This was from Ringside News about WWE has lost interest in their complete tag team division, which is, hey, it looks like it on TV, does not, people? We also have WWE Superstar interest in NXT return, which we all know that Tyler Breeze returned to NXT for one night. Also, the Revival returned to NXT for one night. So we got a superstar who's interested in returning to NXT, and I'll just let you guys know it's a female. You guys can probably guess who it is. Again, speaking of Roman Reigns, we have another topic about him to talk about. Roman Reigns says, y'all want to see me turn heel? Put me in the ring with Daniel Bryan. Yeah. Alright, and the last topic we have for today was Vince McMahon is high on another superstar. Which, remember I reported to you guys that Vince McMahon was high on Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin's not even in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So, you see how McMahon gets hot and cold on people, but let you guys know, and I'll let you guys know right now, it's Drew McIntyre, which, if you guys remember, Drew McIntyre was Vince McMahon's chosen boy, then whatever happened to Drew McIntyre after that, man, is history. And then we also got news on current odds have Nia Jax listed as the favorite to beat Ronda Rousey at Money in the Bank. As of right now, she is currently slated to win, which we'll touch into that, what I think will happen with that. So, be right back, guys, with part 8, number 3 for Behind the Curtain. Catch you guys back here in just 1 second.
Yeah.
DJ the real.
The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean? Punch on the real, make the beat, you know what I mean? I got this man on the saxophone.
Alright guys, welcome back. So we're going to touch on this NXT superstar who wants to return to NXT, which I'll touch on right now with all these people. Like I remember I told you guys, let's go right now with it. AOP, who else? Ty Dillinger, The Extension. I think I already said Tyler Breeze, right? I already said Tyler Breeze. I think I did. Who else we got here? Let's see. Bailey, Sasha. You could have said Nia at one point, but she just won the belt, so we'll hold off on Nia. I'm trying to think of any more NXT superstars. Okay, let's go with you could have said Sami Zayn at one point, but now he's turned heel. He's looking pretty good. Bobby Roode. Just go ahead and throw Bobby Roode. I hate face Bobby Roode. Hate face Bobby Roode. Finn Balor. I know there's one more tag team that's right in my head that I'm missing. I already said the Ascension. There's one more NXT. The Revival. Sticking out like a sore thumb. I know there's one more NXT tag team that had on the top of my head that I just forgot. I know besides the Ascension, AOP, Ty Dillinger, Tyler Breeze, Sasha Bailey, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor. I mean, if they'll come to me. There's one more tag team that was in my head that they'll come to me. They'll come to me. But anyways, the Revival returned to NXT for one night. So did Tyler Breeze. Now, this led to people saying, speculation that, wow, they want to go back to NXT. Yeah, who would not want to go back to NXT? You guys remember one point, Finn Balor, he even stated out in an interview, this is when he was an NXT champion, he said, I love where I'm at right now. I would not want to move to the main roster. And everybody's like, why, Finn? You'd be great at the main roster. And you see the way he's being pushed on the main roster? Yeah, I bet he would want to go back to NXT too. But I agree with JD again. He's one of the best wrestling YouTubers out there. They should have had where, like, for example, if Vince McMahon knows he's not going to use somebody, just allow them to go back to NXT. Which, I mean, for example, you send the Revival right now back to NXT. They could work with the War Raiders, Heavy Machinery, the Street Profits. Hold on. Imagine the Revival versus the Undisputed Era. Oh my God. All right, how about this? Imagine Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Or how about this? Ty Dillinger versus... Who out there right now? How about it? Ty Dillinger versus... I'm trying to think of somebody like who's kind of like gimmicky like Ty Dillinger. How about this? Ty Dillinger versus the Velveteen Dream. Oh my goodness, man. I think this should have been way worse. If you know you're not going to use somebody, that's like, for example, say if Vince McMahon sees like, he'll like, okay, so for example, he wants Lars Sullivan. And Triple H is like, you know what? You want Lars Sullivan? Give me back Finn Balor. If you're not going to use Finn Balor, trade him back. They should have been able where you just they had to shake up where they could at least send somebody back if you know you're not going to use them. Like Ty Dillinger, just send him back to NXT. If Vince McMahon wants somebody he's going to use, okay, we'll trade Ty Dillinger for this guy right here. Or Ty Dillinger gets traded for say Vince McMahon wanted Cassius Ohno, for example. Okay, I'll give you Cassius Ohno. You give me back Ty Dillinger. Or if you want another tag team, if you want Heavy Machinery, okay, give me back the Revival if you're not going to use them. You know what I'm saying? Something like that where you could trade people back and forth because you know. Ty Dillinger's done nothing on the main roster. Besides his, first 3 weeks on SmackDown, he's done nothing else, man. But let's get into the news of the person who's interested in returning to NXT. If you guys guess Sasha Banks, dun 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 dun, you're correct. Former WWE Raw's Women's Champion Sasha Banks sent the following message on Twitter in response to the news that former NXT Tag Team Champions Revival, which appeared at a live event Thursday night in Oklahoma City. Sasha Banks tweeted, "Can I come next time?" Which, I mean, for example, I agree. Sasha Banks and Bailey, let's just be honest with you. Since Sasha wrestled Charlotte, when she had those feuds with Charlotte, she's done nothing else. I don't know if they're even going to continue this Bailey-Sasha feud because, for example, let's just say, for example, I would have said Bailey qualifies for the match, the Money Bank Ladder match. Bailey's about to win the briefcase. Out of nowhere comes Sasha. That would have made up for everything that they've botched at this point so far with Sasha versus Bailey. Just that one incident where Sasha pushes her off the ladder. Come on, man. But we're not going to get that because Bailey did not qualify. I believe not you. I believe Bliss beat Mickie James and Bailey on Raw to qualify, right? So at this point, what are they going to do? They're going to do what? The Riot Squad versus Bailey versus Sasha again, and then have Sasha turn on heel on Bailey then? Or are they going to turn Bailey heel? Which I know I've heard rumors about they want to turn Bailey heel. No, don't turn Bailey heel. You're going to turn Bailey heel. At worst case, send both of them back to NXT. Shit. Send both Bailey and Sasha back to NXT. Triple H will know how to book Sasha versus Bailey, okay? Just move up Shayna Baszler right now. Move her up now. Just give me back Sasha and Bailey NXT. Triple H know what to do. But honestly, I mean, what are they going to do? It's been start and stop with Bailey versus Sasha. Worst case, I think they'll have a match at SummerSlam, but you're not going to care about it. It's going to be like out of nowhere, Sasha turns heel on Raw. You're like, that's how you turn Sasha heel. Then they're going to fast forward. You get Sasha versus Bailey and probably the kickoff show. You know what I'm saying? But I agree there should be a situation where they should be able to trade people back and forth to NXT if you know you're not going to use somebody. But I would not mind seeing Sasha back in NXT. Right, what, Sasha Banks versus Shayna Baszler? The heel Sasha Banks versus this Shayna Baszler? Print money. Okay, let's get into this tag team division news. Because I got it on my iPad though, but so I got it. WWE has reported lost interest in the entire tag team division. This was by ringsidenews.com. While discussing lackluster angles during TV installment of tag teams, which you guys can see why they do this start and stop pushes. For example, some weeks they're pushing AOP. AOP's have been on TV for like 4 or 5 weeks now. You can see how they pushed the Revival 1 or 2 weeks. They start pushing Revival. You pushed Anderson and Gallows for a couple weeks. You don't push Anderson and Gallows. Where are the Usos? Nobody knows where the Usos are. You push New Day. You don't push New Day. Make up your mind. You can see those kind of things, right? Mike Johnson of Ringside News says, I think they have decided that nobody involved in the tag team division is worth their time. Nobody in the tag team division is worth your time. For example, like I said, it's not that hard, man, to push people. Okay, the Revival. What was the whole point of the Revival? They were great ring workers. You can't tell me. You go back to watch it 2 years ago. I believe it was the Revival versus DIY. NXT TakeOver, I think it was NXT TakeOver Toronto. Remember it was Survivor Series the weekend? They had literally one of the greatest matches of all time I've seen, and it was a tag team match. Everybody got on their feet after the match and clapped. Even though Revival won, kept the belts, they still. I mean, Vince, you can't tell me you give me the Revival versus, for example, Revival's on Raw, right? Okay, you give me 25 minutes of the Revival versus, let's say, who's right now with the top tag teams? McIntyre and Ziggler. 25 minutes of those two in the ring, of those 4 guys in the ring. You tell me it wouldn't get over? Remember, like JD was arguing? He said, you can't tell me the match of Cody Ibushi had against Cedric Alexander at the Cruiserweight tournament. You put that on Raw, it wouldn't get over. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali, I believe it was, right, at WrestleMania. They probably had the second best match on the whole show. And that was a pre-show match on WrestleMania. And after the match happened, everybody was clapping for Cedric Alexander. Yeah, you can say everybody was clapping because Cedric Alexander finally won the belt. Everybody want to see him win the belt, but they still were clapping regardless, man. You can't tell me tag team division wrestling cannot still get over. Did not the Usos and the freaking New Day last year have like one of the greatest feuds in about like the last couple years? And it's a tag team. It was a tag team feud, wasn't it, Vince? It can get over. The problem is you're pushing the wrong people, and then you keep having the people that we want to see. You keep losing, so everybody's like, I don't care no more about these people. That's how it works. He says, I don't think they have decided that nobody involved in the tag team division is worth their time, and they're not going to invest into it because they don't think it makes them any money. Again, a staple point of NXT, I think, you know what, the staple point of NXT when it started to kick back off again with Triple H, you could say was their tag team division. I mean, yes, they had Neville, you had Bo Dallas to start out with, you had Sami Zayn, you had Cesaro down there. But really what people got invested in NXT because was women's wrestling. First point, because we had the whole diva crap. Second point, you had tag teams. You're like, holy shit, these are some good people who actually can wrestle. Tag teams. You had Dissension. You had, who else was down there at the beginning? You had Dissension down there at the beginning. I'm trying to think who else. The American Alpha was down there. Remember about American Alpha. You had, I think, American Alpha, Dissension. But you had good, Big Cass and Enzo were down there. You had great tag team wrestling down there, man. It can work. The problem is, they don't care about it no more because you know why? Again, the right now, for example, on Raw, only people that people care about on Raw is even Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy are losing interest in people already. Like, it's been, 4 weeks already? Really, the only person, honestly, in the tag team division I care on Raw is McIntyre and Ziggler. Why? Because it's fresh. And because it's new, first of all, and because they're good as a tag team already, you're like, damn, you see Nash and Michaels in the two of them. You know what I'm saying? But they don't think it's worth any money to them. Well, just tell them to go back and watch SmackDown last year between the Usos and the New Day. Tell me it's not worth any money. This would explain how a certain team could be hot one week and then cold the next. Oftentimes, WWE starts to push certain teams only to have the storyline or angle lead to no payoff. Which is true. If you look at the tag team division right now, there really isn't anything actually going on storyline-wise, which is true. wise, and no team's really been red hot on television. Facts. After SmackDown's feud with the Usos, Bludgeon Brothers, and New Day, where are they going? I believe they're waiting for Sanity, though. Sanity versus Bludgeon Brothers. That's the only thing I can tell you about SmackDown-wise. They're waiting for Sanity to feud with the Bludgeon Brothers. Now, on the Raw hand side, who's Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt going to face? You see? Besides Ziggler and McIntyre, there is nobody else to feud them with, you know? Because you're not pushing the Revival. You know what I'm saying? So there's really only 2 teams on each show. You have SmackDown still has the Usos, New Day, Bludgeon Brothers, Sanity, Anderson and Gallows, even though they're not being pushed, but they're still over there. Besides Raw, you have, they even have Cesaro and Sheamus on SmackDown, but they're about to break up, though, too. On Raw, you just have McIntyre, Ziggler, Wyatt, Hardy, Revival, and AOP, but AOP's not been on TV. Unless you're going to turn AOP heel with Roman Reigns, put him on TV, people. But you're telling me that tag team divisions don't make you any money and cannot succeed? Just go back and watch Usos vs. New Day from last year and tell me it cannot succeed. Alright, let's get into this Roman Reigns again. This guy here, man. The ultimate troll. Roman Reigns says, y'all want me to see me turn heel? Put me in the ring with DB. Meaning Daniel Bryan, which this is not going to happen for a while. Unless somehow out of nowhere Roman Reigns wins the Universal Championship, which he probably will. And Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble. It's the only thing I can think of, right? Let's go in this article. Roman Reigns gave a quote to the Daily Express. Y'all want to see me turn heel? Put me in the ring with Daniel Bryan. It's just about reactions. We can talk about so many different things about wrestling and things that make the art form and performance, but when it comes down to it, it's just about making people a lot of noise. And there's no question, when Bryan gets out there, sometimes it will go one way or another, yes or no with him. But hold up, yes or no? When has Dan Bryan got a no chant? Roman Reigns, he gets yes chants all the time. But the way he's able to affect and control the crowd is very cool. And go to share the ring with someone like that, obviously the reactions are all damn Roman, why'd you Roman that up? With someone like that, and obviously the reactions and the way I stir up the crowd, I think it would make for a pretty dramatic, electric atmosphere. Hey, Mr. Roman Reigns. Of course it would be, bro. You'd get booed the whole time. Okay? You'd be booed the whole time. But anyways, I don't think it's going to happen this year. It might happen next year. Again, I think the Miz versus Daniel Bryan is the way to go for WrestleMania. Miz wins Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble. And Miz cashes in whoever the champion is before the Rumble ends. Before the Rumble goes off the air. Daniel Bryan challenges the Miz at WrestleMania. Book it. Now, as far as Roman Reigns go, since I know they're probably not going to turn Roman Reigns heel at all this year, I will be leading to Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. That will be the payoff to me. As far as the Raw side goes, because they probably won't turn him heel. But, you could do face versus face between Rollins and Reigns. You could do that. But that's where I see where they probably might be going. Because right now, you can't deny Seth Rollins is not the top guy on Raw. You can't deny it. You get to go Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns, but at this point, let's just keep Roman out the belt. He had his shots, he lost them. Okay, let's continue here. While there are still arguments surrounding how Daniel Bryan has been booked since he's been cleared to return to active ring, there's no questioning Roman's logic here. If WWE decides to pull the trigger on turning him heel, throw him in against one of the most beloved characters of the last decade. Yeah. Who needs another Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar match? A heel Roman against babyface Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 35 headliner would be huge. Agreed. But I don't see him going that way. Again, like I said, Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Way you go, SmackDown. Damn, my jaw hurts like shit. Alright, let's get down to the last 2 topics here. Vince McMahon, this is from Case High Seats, is high on one Drew McIntyre. Well, again, he would be high on him, right? He's the one who had him last time be pushed as the next star. Yet Vince fucked up Drew McIntyre last time. Okay, so Vince is high on Drew McIntyre since his return to Raw. And Triple H is heavily involved in pushing what McIntyre is doing. See, Triple H is trying to save Drew McIntyre while he can. Now, Triple H needs to go hop over there onto the Bobby Roode train and save him while he can too. Because I already know Triple H is pissed about the way they booked Finn Balor, which is no secret if you guys have never heard that. Triple H is pissed by the way they booked Finn Balor. So, now, Triple H is trying to save Drew McIntyre. Okay, here. Vince is high on Drew McIntyre. Okay, as of right now, they're in the tag team. The way I see them going with it, again, I mean, you guys can say, would you rather have McIntyre be a face or a heel? I'd rather him be a heel as of right now because I think it can work for him. He looks freaking fantastic as a heel. I thought NXT McIntyre being a babyface, well, because it's NXT, because they will respect you if you can wrestle, so it doesn't matter. Now on the main roster, the easiest way to get over is to be a heel, in my opinion, because, for example, we already said it once, said it twice. Roman Reigns, if you guys haven't seen the video, it's on YouTube. Just go back to see Roman Reigns heel in NXT. It was good. It was great. It was what he should be. Now, I will always say, to be a babyface, you must turn heel first. Look at John Cena. Look at The Rock. Look at Triple H. Look at Edge. Look at Eddie Guerrero, the late great Eddie Guerrero. Randy Orton. Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens. Samoa Joe. AJ Styles. Nakamura. Guys want me to tell you? You must turn dark before you can be a full babyface. Now, there's just some examples in there I threw out there where, for example, Nakamura really didn't need to be changed, but the way he was floundering, you had to change Nakamura. Same thing with Roman Reigns. He is floundering as a babyface. Look at Nakamura now as a heel. Come on, dude. No, this is the one line he says. Sorry, no speak English. Come on, bro. That's the simple things in life. I think Roman would work as a heel. People who say Roman would not work as a heel. For example, on Raw right now, you have Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, potential Dean Ambrose, Bobby Roode. Who else is a babyface on Raw? But anyways, you guys get it. There's 5 people right now Roman Reigns could feud with as a heel. Okay? It would work. It would work. Now, as far as Drew McIntyre goes, I think him being a heel, I see him eventually turning on Dolph Ziggler, but maybe I'll give him about another 2 or 3 months right now to run. But I think McIntyre turning on Ziggler eventually, or if Ziggler turns on McIntyre, it still would work. Either way. But I'm glad Triple H has his hand in on Drew McIntyre. Maybe Triple H could stick his hand back into Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. That's maybe a chance. But, okay, last topic here. Current odds have Nia Jax listed as the favorite to beat Ronda Rousey at Money in the Bank. Now, again, like JD said, I agree with him again. To me, no offense, Money in the Bank in Chicago, it's a big event. But just the name brand of it being Money in the Bank compared to SummerSlam, you know what I'm saying? Usually you go with the traditional SummerSlam, where people, for example, like us go back to Daniel Bryan beat John Cena. Randy Orton beat you-know-who to be the youngest world title. You've had great heel turns. You have great cash-ins at SummerSlam. Has anybody ever cashed in? Well, actually, Dean Ambrose did cash in. I remember that 2 years ago. But to me, I seen where, again, Natalya is not being seen with Ronda for a couple weeks. I see Natalya might be interfering in the match, making it a double disqualification, where then Ronda feuds with Natalya, and maybe Nia Jax feuds with the winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase or something like that at SummerSlam. But I don't see Ronda Rousey beating Nia Jax. Now, if Ronda beats Nia Jax at Money in the Bank, I'll be like, no offense to Nia Jax, but you as a babyface champion, Nia, you should be a heel champion. But babyface champion does not work for me, Nia Jax, okay? Now, if Ronda does beat her, I'll be shocked as hell. Because, for example, you tell me Ronda Rousey is going to keep the belt from... Listen here. Ronda cannot afford a loss because you're building towards Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey next year's WrestleMania. We all know that, Vince. So there's no way in hell you're going to tell me Ronda Rousey is going to be champion from now until next year's WrestleMania. That'll be impossible. That'll be stupid because you have other people like Bayley, Sasha, Ruby Riott. Bliss is still there. Nia is still there. You telling me they're not going to have a shot to be champion all year? So this is why this should not happen. This is why I agree Natalya should cost Ronda Rousey the match here. Ronda, say she beats her at Extreme Rules and she beats her at SummerSlam. That's it. Okay, you can tell me you could go from September on, Ronda being champion, or Ronda maybe feuds with somebody else after that. Maybe Ronda versus Ruby Riott after she beats Natalya. That way you could keep prolonging until she maybe Ronda beats whoever the champion is at the Royal Rumble. Now that'll be more reasonable. Ronda being champion from the Royal Rumble onward to WrestleMania. Charlotte wins the Women's Royal Rumble match. Then you have Charlotte versus Ronda. Ronda's been a 2-month champion. You know, she got a little legging around her. She got the momentum to continue it on. That makes more sense. But there's no way. I agree where Nia Jax will probably keep the belt by Natalya interfering. Now, if Ronda does beat Nia Jax, and she's champion from August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, that's freaking 9 months of her being champion. No. To still it would have the same effect with Brock Lesnar, where you go into a match and know Brock's winning. Okay, there's no way Ronda's going to lose from here to WrestleMania. That'd be stupid booking. That'd be stupid creative decision. So, I agree. Either you go with this one. So, for example, say Ember Moon wins the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She cashes in in the match against Ronda versus Nia Jax, right? I would not mind seeing Ember Moon turn heel because her entrance is kind of like a heelish entrance. You know what I'm saying? I think Ember could play a great heel. I wouldn't mind seeing Ember Moon being heel. But again, on Raw, you already have how many heels on Raw? That's way too many. So, I agree to probably go with my Natalya interferes, costs Ronda the match, yada, yada, yada. You get your Natalya versus Ronda feud. Nia goes feud with Ruby Riott, maybe at Extreme Rules. Is what it is, right? All right, guys. So, that will conclude this week's podcast of episode 8, Behind the Curtain. Now, this news here about who will win Money in the Bank is still very, very, very real. Okay, I've listened to different podcasts where people are saying it should be Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens needs it. Bobby Roode needs it. Braun Strowman needs it. Rusev desperately needs it. Finn Balor desperately needs it. Samoa Joe will get in the match. So we're going to say Samoa Joe desperately needs Money in the Bank. Again, people, for example, I could do a video where I could tell you what you should do with everybody else who does not win Money in the Bank. Okay? The Miz should win this Money in the Bank briefcase because he is the Miz. And he is what? Awesome. Nah. I'm just serious though. The Miz versus Daniel Bryan just makes the most sense to me. Which okay, let's go ahead and do a video real quick. We'll add this into Behind the Curtain. Okay. Kevin Owens looks like he's going to feud with Sami Zayn. Okay, regardless. Whatever happens out of this, okay? Bobby Roode is still feuding with Elias. Okay? So he's not going to win. The only person in this match where I could say, well, who could win besides The Miz would be Braun Strowman. Finn Balor, on the other hand, would be one too. Rusev right now, the whole aiding English thing makes me feel like he's not going to win. So there's only 3 people in this match where I think might win, which will either be The Miz, Strowman, or Finn Balor. That's the only 3 people. Even if you put Samoa Joe in here, I still think Joe is next to line to face AJ Styles. So he's not going to win the match. So The Miz is the only person. The Miz, Braun Strowman, and Finn Balor are the only 3 people that I can see winning this match. Or the only 3 people. Everybody else is not going to win, to my opinion. Now, if Strowman won this match, he would probably be like the John Cena type of guy, where he's like, okay, I'm cashing my briefcase at SummerSlam. That would not bring intrigue to me. So, Braun Strowman will not win. So now you're down to 2 people. We have yet to see Finn Balor be heel whatsoever in the WWE. So, that would be kind of intriguing to me, where Balor, never know what Finn Balor could do. He could he could cash in and turn heel, which, I mean, do you guys see Finn Balor beating Brock Lesnar? Like, for example, Finn Balor would have to watch Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar and probably wrestle at SummerSlam, right? Say Brock Lesnar beats Roman Reigns again. Roman just snaps and just goes ballistic, right? Out comes Finn Balor, cashes in. That would not make him a heel, would it? No, it would not make him a heel. It would make Finn Balor be like, yes, somebody else is going to win the Universal title, finally off of Brock Lesnar. That wouldn't make me excited. It wouldn't. So, X out Finn Balor. That leaves you The Miz. Okay? I just told you. That leaves you The Miz. So, The Miz will win this briefcase, okay? So, all you guys are saying, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, Strowman, Rusev, Finn, won by somebody from the New Day. No, sorry. Now, if you guys want me to give you my second pick, who I say, this is the case they said Freak the Miz versus Daniel Bryan, I'd say it would be Finn Balor. Because I think Triple H would probably try to pull something where he's like, Vince, come on, man. Finn Balor's yet to get his shot back at the Universal title. He's got a shot back, but he never got it like a, he's never had it like a one-on-one shot. He's had fatal 4-ways, he's had triple threat matches, but he's never got his real shot. And maybe Vince would turn Finn heel. That's what I'm saying. So to me, it'd be in my order who would have win. Miz would be 1, Finn Balor 2, 3 would be Bobby Roode because he needs to desperately turn heel. He needs something. So my order would be The Miz, Finn, Bobby Roode, followed by Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens to me is just freaking awesome. I love Kevin Owens. So I love Kevin Owens, and then Rusev. That's just my top 5 in the order who I would have win. Now, all you guys who love Rusev, I'm sorry. They just don't. I don't think they believe in Rusev. Even though he has one of the top 5 selling merchandises, they don't care about Rusev. I'm sorry, people. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It will never be the same. That'll conclude this week's podcast, guys. Catch you guys. Tomorrow, probably same old. I'll probably react to some Raw highlights on here before I go to bed tomorrow, but it's just the way it is. So catch you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a safe weekend.
Yeah. DJ The Real. The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean?